Hey everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're unpacking the incredible multidisciplinary journey of bringing animated characters to life. And this isn't just about drawing. It is an absolute masterclass in technology. We're going to look at how the practical application of scientific knowledge, everything from simple tools to crazy complex software, literally transforms a basic sketch into a living, breathing entity right on your screen. It's a massive technical and artistic undertaking, and man, I am so excited to walk you through this magic. Okay, let's dive right into our agenda for today. Tracing this whole production pipeline, we'll hit the evolution of character design, creating your unique character, the 2D animation pipeline, giving characters a voice, post-production and AI tools, and finally, how cartoons impact children. All right, Section 1, Evolution of Character Design. Let's get into it. Now, looking back, it's wild to see how animation has constantly evolved right alongside human invention. Back in the 1900s, we started with just these basic animated faces changing expressions. But as we know, technology is really all about inventing tools to solve problems and make work easier. So by the 1920s, boom, technology gave us synchronized sound. Fast forward to the 1960s, and we see innovations like Amar Chitrakat totally revolutionizing cultural storytelling in India, creating this massive shared cultural lexicon. Then, the 1980s and 90s hit us with a huge wave of information technology and the CGI revolution. I mean, Pixar's Toy Story in 1995, that changed the industry standard literally overnight. Every single new invention improved human productivity, paving the way to today's era of 3D modeling, motion capture, and artificial intelligence. Moving right along to Section 2, Creating Your Unique Character. Take the science fiction genre, for example. When designers sit down to create a sci-fi character, they're exploring the wild possibilities of advanced technology, space exploration, and alternate realities. To pull this off, they draw on very specific visual languages. For an alien concept, designers rely heavily on imagination and biological traits. Maybe they're altering skin color, playing with facial symmetry, or throwing in some extra limbs. On the flip side, a cyborg blends human-like attributes with mechanical, cyberpunk elements. By tweaking these biological or cybernetic details, artists are basically using visual technology to build fascinating, futuristic personas. It instantly tells the audience exactly what kind of universe they've just stepped into. Okay, up next is Section 3, the 2D animation pipeline. I actually like to think of this as industrial technology, but specifically for art. To manufacture an animation efficiently, you absolutely need a system. Step 1 is pre-production. That's the foundation where everything is planned out, from nailing down the concept in the script to drawing out the storyboards. Step 2 is production, where the actual animation gets built using layout setups, critical keyframes, and tweening just to make the motion super smooth. And finally, Step 3 is post-production, where you polish all those layers with visual effects and sound design. It is quite literally a highly efficient assembly line for creativity. So, a really crucial point in that production phase is something called rigging. Basically, this is where a designer constructs a digital skeleton for the character. By building this underlying bone structure, animators can easily control and manipulate 2D and 3D movements. And the best part? They don't have to completely redraw the character for every single microscopic shift in posture. It's a massive technological time saver that dramatically boosts productivity, a real game changer. Now this is where information technology completely takes over from traditional physical tools. After those initial rough sketches, designers jump into graphic software and pen tablets to really refine the character. First up is the inking process, which cleans up all those uneven boundaries and provides incredibly smooth outlines. Once that line art is totally locked in, artists apply detailed coloring. They add shadows and highlights to separate the different sections of the costume and the body. That digital depth is exactly what makes the character truly pop right off the screen. That brings us to Section 4, Giving Characters a Voice. I absolutely love this quote from the industry. If you can't hit the word, you'll be asked to hit the road. As this famous mantra highlights, voice acting isn't just about having a cool-sounding voice. It is all about deep textual analysis. Emphasizing or hitting the right words is absolutely essential for a voice actor to clarify the exact meaning of a sentence. Hitting a pronoun, for example, can completely change the intent of an entire scene. Honestly, if you can't master this, you simply won't keep your job in this incredibly competitive field. To actually bring these characters to life, voice actors use a whole toolkit of specialized vocal techniques. There's inverting, which is sort of the opposite of emphasizing a word. It's sometimes called uptalk, where you swoop your voice upwards to instantly signal a question. We already mentioned hitting to emphasize specific words. Then, of course, there is tone, which is the conscious and sometimes subconscious adjustment of emotion. And finally, beats. These are these incredibly small, strategic pauses used to naturally frame a quote so it really stands out. Seriously, next time you watch your favorite animated show, listen closely. You are going to hear these psychological vocal tools being used in literally every single scene.
Moving on to Section 5, Post-Production and AI Tools.
Today, the post-production process is being massively accelerated by artificial intelligence. We're talking about technology that actually enables computers to think, learn, and make decisions. Software like CapCut Pro and Dreaming a Dance 2.0 are setting totally new standards for AI content creation right now. We're seeing a heavy reliance on AutoCut tools that can edit seamlessly, AI voice enhancers that optimize audio in an instant, and highly advanced text-to-speech generators. These tools are completely solving the old problem of slow rendering, allowing creators to export high-quality animations way faster than ever before.
And finally, Section 6, How Cartoons Impact Children.
You know, like all technology, animation has very distinct advantages and disadvantages. A 2020 study focusing on school-going children in Bhubaneswar City illustrates this duality beautifully. On the advantage side, watching cartoons actually aids cognitive development and increases interactive learning capacity. It teaches things like shapes and colors in a really fun, engaging way. But the study balances this by pointing out the real disadvantages of this technology, namely screen addiction. Increased screen time encourages a more sedentary lifestyle, which can lead to physical and mental health issues, and it can even trigger negative behavioral changes in how a child socializes. It's a really solid reminder that the responsible use of media is just absolutely essential. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a quick thought. Knowing the immense technological effort, the artistic choices, the vocal performances, and the profound psychological influence involved in this entire pipeline, which animated character from your own childhood had the biggest impact on you? Think about how their design, their voice, and their story shaped your creativity and maybe even your behavior today. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive, and as always, keep learning.